Good evening. Welcome to Investigator News, and this is News and Trivia Night. One of the, I think, the funnest nights of the week that we have. And we play a lot. We play a little bit of trivia, and I got some good trivia today for you. But I'm going to start off with the first thing I heard this morning. Mary even hit me up. Boy, if Mary was in here, I think she hit me up about 7 o'clock this morning with it. That something that we had seen, something I had seen. Not only have I seen this, but I've heard about this at least a dozen times. And what is it? That Nancy Pelosi wants to punch people in the throat. Why? This is a very vicious woman, very aggressive. Now, she threatened to punch Trump in the throat January 6th, but this isn't the first time. Now, mind you, she breaks stuff in her office. She throws stuff up against the wall. She has put dents in the wall, I think even some holes, but she breaks statues. She throws a fit, stomps her feet. And of course, we pay for the cleanup. Not only the cleanup, but we pay to replace those items because she wants luxury items and wants to live like a queen in her little office. Tiptoe Alley is what we call it. Well, I seen this and I'm about sick of it. Um, I'm from California. I was born and raised in Sacramento, and I love California. It's beautiful. Not no more. It's gut wrenching. Um, what I have seen California turn into from my childhood till now. And then taking my grandkids back to San Francisco, Nancy Pelosi, and Harris District, of seeing veterans sitting on the street, just not knowing what to do, begging for money, begging for food. Those with needles sticking out of their arms, those pulling their pants down and pooping in the streets in front of kids. Um, and then you have Nancy Pelosi. You confront her with anything, and she's gonna punch you in the throat. Well, who better than to challenge her? Karen, you know me. I don't challenge. I am now challenging Nancy Pelosi to a boxing match. Me and her, we could put on our pantsuits. We put on some gloves. I told her she could pick the wherever she wants to box. We'll do it in an arena or whatever. Um, I have my courier take it up to her office. Not only that, but I put it through her messaging service at the Capitol. I also sent her an email. And lo and behold, they answered me very quickly. Um, I don't know. They think this is an important issue. Will I get a boxing match with Nancy Pelosi? I'm going to hit them up. Um, oh boy, what do you guys think? Um, Judith and Susan, and I know you guys are just coming in here, but what do you think? Now, to prove my point, right there, there's my letter back from Nancy Pelosi's office. Thank you for contacting me to express your thoughts on this important matter and issue. While your comments are deeply appreciated, I also encourage, if you have not already, to contact your member of Congress. Oh, I'm pretty sure the members of Congress will help me get a hold of her and maybe set up this boxing match. I'm gonna tell them what I did. I'm gonna go through with this, folks. I'm gonna give a call to one of my congressmen, and I'm gonna tell them, hey, I sent the letter, and they responded. They're interested in this issue. So what it says, yeah, isn't that what it says? Your thoughts on this is an important issue. It says. Um, you can find your member of Congress by visiting House of Government and entering your zip code. Well, I know how to get a hold of them. The ability to engage with your congressional representative is an essential part of our democracy and to handle the issues you may have. Oh, um, I'm not a boxer. Ask Karen. I'm one that I walk away. I don't box. I don't fight. I just assume walk away. But no, when I think I'm the perfect person to stand in for Trump and others that she has threatened to punch in the throat. This isn't the first time she's made this threat towards people. She always wants to punch them in the throat. Well, what is it with punching people in the throat? Can't she just slap them across the face? Can't she just tell them off and turn around and walk away like I do normally? Um, But I'm getting sick of hearing this from my gals that follow her around very closely, hearing how vicious and aggressive this woman is. And anytime, or even a reporter, I ought to punch you in the throat. Doesn't that sound like Biden? Hey, let's go out and do some sit ups. Let's go out and I'll do some push ups with you. They make all these threats. Well, you know what? Maybe it's time to stand up and to say something, and which I did. I'm gonna follow this through. I'm gonna follow this one. I'm gonna get a hold of the Congress people here, and I know they're gonna die laughing. And I'm gonna say, you need to get a hold of her and tell her they answered, and she thinks this issue is very important. So time to box, Nancy Pelosi. Boy, Ellie won. Let's see what uh, Nancy Pelosi gets. Maybe I don't know. Maybe she'll run. I don't know. Her and stilettos. I can't wear stilettos. I think the fight is very fair. The boxing match would be. She's what 70 and a drunk, and I'm 60 and I have disabilities. I'll even stand up. I could stand up. I can walk little bits at a time. So yes, me, Nancy Pelosi, in a boxing match. I'm looking forward to it. Let's see what happens because I know the message will get to her. You say, how, Ellie? Well, I have those gals that are couriers that take messages from uh, around the Capitol up to her office. So, of course, I sent a message that way, so she will see it. Now, I also sent it by um, not only that, but a message through the White House, which is addressed to her, which it will go to her, and then also the email that I'd sent. So I contacted her three different ways with the same message. So I can, lo and behold, I would like to see the one the courier gives her that she reads it and goes, well, and also I called and left a message. So there, I got a hold of her quite a few times. Yeah, I know I can. Well, no, you know what, DB? I want to box her. What's she gonna do? Punch me in the throat? I don't think that's allowed in boxing. Me and her, yeah. You remember the Tanya Harding boxing match, or that she wanted to box? Well, that's how I feel. Time to box, Nancy Pelosi. All right. Now, the thing that got me was um, we had AOC. Um, she had a town hall meeting and she said it was packed and people left because of this gentleman said something to her, is what I read. And lo and behold, there was maybe about 20 people in this great big auditorium. He stands up and he said he was fed up with her, that he voted for, that she is gone against everything that she stood for. Said, you need to denounce the Democrat Party. You need to do like Gabbard and walk away from the party. And she was like to telling them to sit down. And he kept going and going. It's online, folks. It came out this morning. And I think it was for yesterday or the day before. And this gentleman, he just wouldn't shut up. He was all for it. And AOC is another one that when you get her riled up, she'll threaten to hit you. Now, she didn't threaten to hit this guy, but according to the people I know that work at the Capitol, they said when she left there, she was threatening to punch this guy out. She wanted his name, wanted to know where he lived, where he worked, and she was going to go after him. He was a veteran, like Ed McGinnis. I don't see him in here. Ed, pop your little head up. So this guy here voted for her, and he didn't get what was promised from AOC. So, of course, why is it the Democrats want to punch everybody? Well, that's why I want to stand up to them now. Is say, if you're going to punch somebody, come on, let's do it. If you're going to punch, let's punch. Let's box. I'll wear the red gloves, you wear the blue gloves, and let's go for it. Because it's about time we all stand up and say we've had enough. We have had enough of you. We've had enough. This guy was saying you're leading us to nuclear annihilation. Well, let's talk about it. He says we can't talk about it later. What if we don't know if right now or tomorrow that we're not going to get nuked? He said, no, this needs to be addressed right now. It's an awesome clip, folks. So go watch it. So we got AOC wanting to hurt people. Pelosi wanting to hurt people, Biden forgetting his name, who knows? Uh, so uh, one more look that yes, I did, and even has her little signature, Nancy Pelosi, at the bottom. She said, thank you again for contacting me. The people agenda or other issues affecting our nation uh, is very important to her. Yeah, you and want to punch people out. All right, so let's get rid of that. And I know you guys want trivia. So I'm going to get rid of it. I'm going to bring up the trivia because it's way more important than punching Nancy Pelosi in the nose. Maybe you maybe ought to honk her on the nose like they did with Karate Kid. Act like I'm going to hit her and then honk her on her nose. I just want to knock her off her stilettos. That would be fun. All right. Trivia. I think we have everybody in. Judith, I think you might win this one tonight. I know, well, I might have to get rid of this banner. Um, every time I go to use some of them, the questions are down too low. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to hit you guys up with the first one and see if you guys know it. All right, here we go. First question. What is the freezing point in Fahrenheit or degrees? What is freezing? What is the temperature at freezing? What is the freezing point? All right, so I'm going to move on. And Saudi Arabia, they basically makes a huge claim about what Biden put on the table while begging OPEC. Um, he said he wanted him to delay announcing and working it more towards election time. Um, and so that way, it would help the campaign for the Democrat Party. Well, Saudi Arabia, if he does that, if this prince would have done this, folks, you know what it would have meant? Oh boy, you all got this one, huh? Uh, and where's William? Everybody got this one. So, um, what did he claim? Um, well, to delay it and work around this foreign foreign deal around the election. Now, what is that? That's foreign intervention. It's against it's against UN laws. So they were asking OPEC uh, basically to delay announcing its 2 million barrels a day for a month, and that way they could get it through midterm elections and after weeks of early voting in many states. Politically motivated is what they said. This wasn't about just begging for oil. This was politically motivated by the Democrat Party. And now, uh, of course, now that Saudi prince or the sheik or the prince came forward and said this was going on, this is where the sanctions are coming in. He's mad. Biden's mad now. Maybe he's going to go punch him, do some sit ups or something. So we're close. Yeah, 32. Yeah, 32 next week. Everybody's getting close to the cold weather and the freezing temperatures. All right, so you guys, I think, know this one. Um, let's see if I got some easy ones, and I got some hard ones, I hope. All right, so the answer is 32 degrees. On to the next one. Um, what sea does the Jordan River empty into? What sea does the Jordan River empty into? Do you know? Uh, Over there in Facebook, put your comments down below. And of course, I'll count them up. And if you got them right, if you're playing, you and your kids know these, some of these little critters coming up, they might know. So play along and put your answers down in the comments. You know, we won't post them if you don't want to. Just put no post, and then put your answer, and I won't throw it up there on the board. All right. So what else are we looking at? Muslim protesters. Now, this really shocked me because Muslim protesters shut down a school board meeting over LGBT. They said vote them out. They need to be taken out. Um, The reporter for the Detroit Free Press chronicled the chaos that interrupted on Monday in Dearborn, Michigan. Outraged parents that are Muslims said that keep your porno books to yourself, keep your porn to yourself, keep your stuff in your clothes. Uh, we don't want your books in our house, not in our kids' hands, and they consider this a big sin. And of course, Dearborn is 47% Arab American, and most of them are Muslims, according to the Detroit Press. If democracy matters, we're the majority, and keep your dirty books in the closet where you belong. Yeehaw, go Muslims. For once I agree with them. You know what? We don't need that in our schools. And, we don't need it in kindergarten, nor do we need it in first or third or fifth, or we don't even need it in our high school. The Mediterranean Sea. Let's see. DB Wolf, I heard, where's William? I want to ask him about that explosion. If you didn't see the first show, there was an explosion up in the very top of Washington State, and it registered a 2.9 on the Richter scale. DB, 98 degrees in Phoenix. You still got the AC on, boy. No cool air just yet for you in Death Valley, huh? So, all right. So the answer is, anybody know what this is? Um, the answer to this is, all right. Jordan River empties into what? This, I think, was a harder one. And the answer is the Dead Sea. The Dead Sea. All right, onward. Um, what's the country of origin of French fries? Now I think we've had this before. So okay, I done did that one. FDA confirms major Adderall shortage that won't end very soon. If you are on Adderall, or your kids, your grandkids, there is a nationwide shortage. It has come out today by Teva is the ones that make it. That's a Israel-based pharmaceuticals. Teva also makes MS drugs, and they've even said they're having problems with labor shortages, and even some of the drugs for multiple sclerosis is becoming scarce. But Adderall patients say that they're almost out. The inventory recovery over the next couple of months. Um, they said it could be a couple months before they even have anything back to supply to the public. The shortage affects immediate release variety of the drug. They encourage patients to work with their healthcare professionals, alternative therapy. Parents are panicked right now. Children are being sent home from school or told they cannot come back until they're on their meds once again. Um, and these are, I believe, the SSRIs, Adderall. It's basically for ADHD. It's definitely helps kids. Um, they have to come up with 41.2 million prescriptions that they're lacking. So if you, um, let's see. So if you or take Adderall, or your kids or grandkids, get a hold of your doctors immediately. This is through Zero Hedge, and they said, get back on track with either something else, something that isn't made by Teva. So, and I didn't know that Teva is the one that made this drug. I didn't know that. And I know who Teva is. I met with their representatives um, about 10, 15 years ago over the medications for MS. And their representatives are very, very nice. I was very shocked and very surprised how informative they were. When they were here, they were doing cooling suits. And they have cooling suits and warming suits. So if you ever need a cooling suit in the summer, they do make like space suits that are fully cooled head to toe. that you can wear. You look like you're in space, a spacesuit, but it'll definitely keep you cold. But they have other products too. So, if you're interested in that for next summer, get your orders in. All right. So, all right, let's see the answer to this one, and then we'll go on. We might finish up early today. The answer is Belgium. The answer is Belgium. French fries from Belgium. Huh. I wonder who found that out. Um, who is depicted on the U.S. $100 bill? This is easy. Y'all know who's on the $100 bill. I know y'all know that one. Everybody's had a $100 bill, so you know who it is. Not only that, Biden. The other one is, and I know you guys hate to hear this. There is now that we're getting over the baby formula shortage. Now there is a recall. Uh, all those different. Let's see. It's Similac. The recalled brands include the Similac Pro Total Comfort, Similac 360 Total Care, Similac 360 Total Care Sensitive, Similac Special Care 24, Similac Stage 1, Similac NeoSure, Similac Water, Sterilized, and Pedialyte Electrolyte Solutions. These are all have been recalled. So it's just when we thought we got the baby formula back on our shelves, they're pulling it right back off. So, all right, let's see. What's $100 bill? Yeah, it's it. It's not the dude in the Monopoly game. It's not millionaire. What is his name? Magoo. It's not Magoo on there. It's actually a president. Um, yeah, Mr. Magoo on the Monopoly money? Am I have that right, or Mr. Millionaire or something like that? Who that should have been the question. Who's on the $100 bill of the Monopoly game? I have no clue as much as I played it. I bet somebody knows. Let me know down in the comments. Um, do I have Karen? Do you want the link to it? I can give you. It's Abbott. It's through. Let's see who's doing this. This is um, it's Abbott that announced it. New baby formula. Let me copy it and give it to you. Um, all it says, what did you say it was? Um, um, Special Care 24, Similac Stage 1, Similac NeoSure, Similac Water Sterilized, um, Pro Total Comfort, Similac 360, Total Care, Total Care Sensitive. So what was it you asked about? Sensitive, Similac Sensitive. It doesn't say, but right there. So you can click on that, Karen, and it should open up a separate window for you. If not, let me know and I'll send it to your messenger later. I'll pull it for you. Um, See, this is crazy. They just got it back on the shelves, and now here we go again. Here we go again. All right. So who is on the $100 bill? Who's on the Monopoly $100 bill? DB, come on, tell me who is it? All right. Answer is Franklin. Franklin is on the $100 bill, but I want to know who, not who's on first. We know Nick is. Nick being estranged. Um, um, but I'd like to know. I might have to go look and come back with it Monday for you guys, or next Friday. All right. What does the G mean in G-man? It might mean Geordie. Uh, um, I met this gentleman out in California when I was visiting my sister, and his name is Geordie. I believe that's how it's pronounced. And I was like, I'll never remember that name. I just got to come up with a pet name for you. So I called him my G-man. And so he says, well, I don't work for the government. And I said, it's easier to remember. So I called him my G Man. And hello to Linda in Illinois. In fact, Giordi, my friend, I'm going to miss out, but him, and my other friend Jen, they're going to be married, I believe, either this weekend or the following weekend. They've been going out for a very long time. And so, congratulations to them. I know Beth will probably see it, or maybe Alicia, and they'll probably say that I said congratulations on the show. All right, so what does G Man mean? All right, government men is what we have in some of them. Let me make sure I get this. Um, oh, I feel like I'm going to sneeze. Linda, do you guys know what G Man is? G Man. Yeah, it's not Geordie, though. It's something else. And I think everyone knows. The Men in Black. The Men in Black's the other name for it. Answer is government. So if you see the Men in Black, you know you're in trouble. All right. What is the name of the fastest land animal? What is the fastest land animal? Do you guys know? Um, so if you're late, Abbott announced new baby formula that has been recalled. It is, you might have to go back and look at the link. If not, let me know in my email and I will send you the link to it. Um, the recall does not include any liquid or powder brands or nutrition products produced by Abbott's Ohio facility or any other manufactured locations. Most of these products are distributed primarily due to hospitals or the government or city food banks. So Karen, did you hear that? So if it's you got it from the hospital, it's not bought on the shelf. It's the one that's given to you by what do they call it? WIC, the WIC program. If that's where you're getting it, I'd watch it and also call WIC and see what they say before. It's probably too late now. It's after 5. So, but definitely if it's from the WIC or the government or the doctor's office, not the ones that are bought over the counter. Does that help you out, Karen? I did find that. A cheater? Who's a cheater? Who's a cheetah? Or is it a cheater or a cheetah? Are you calling somebody a cheater, or is your answer cheetah? Ah, cheetah. All right, so um, all right, so let's see. Is it a cheater or a did you call the cheetah a cheater? Isn't that on the what is it? The cheese puffs? I think that's where the cheetah with sunglasses are. Boy, and I haven't really coughed today. Weird. All right, so the answer is um, cheetah. The answer is cheetah. I think these are too easy for you guys, huh, DB? You want harder ones. All right. What country is the mountain in? This mountain in? Is it USA, Iraq, or Australia? What country is the mountain in? Is it USA, Iraq, or Australia? It's like Ura La. I think is the name of the mountain. Let's see who gets this right. Um, okay. See if I miss anyone. Your brain is dead. No brain deads. Um, that, Karen, did you see the puppy from earlier? I don't know if anybody's seen the puppy cat. Just the cutest little thing. It looks like a little bear, but it's actually half dog, half cat. It has the face of a dog, ears of a cat, and the body of a cat, and the tail of a dog. It's cute. It's really, really cute. All right, so Sacred Mountain of the Aborigines. It's called Urla, I believe is the name of the mountain. Okay, come on. The answer is Australia. The answer is Australia. And the next one. Uh, Throw your answers in there. Oh, I guess there is none. It says download. Boy, did I mess up on that one. Let's go to the next one. All right. What is the name of this food item? Do you know? And I don't think it's pancakes. That's what I said. I looked at it and said, man, that just looks like some awfully thin pancakes. But they have a name for it. All right. So Biden to outsource. So get this. He has wants to import 65,000 foreign workers for blue collar jobs since, and this is as many as 11.6 million Americans are jobless. And he says since we refuse to work, that he wants to bring in 65,000 foreign workers for these blue collar jobs. And he said the Department of Homeland Security and Labor Department announced that the administration would be allowing businesses to import a few less than 65,000 and also visa workers. And this is in agricultural jobs, constructions, meatpacking, landscaping, and other industries. Well, what was it Nancy Pelosi said? I'm going to punch you. No, I'm gonna punch you in the throat. No, she said, you know what? Why they should stay in Florida because they could pick. How rude! And that's exactly what I'm hearing in this article. Is they could pick, they could farm, they could work for measly construction companies. I don't know if there's some men out there. Put it in the comments that have worked for a construction company that just totally ripped them off. They don't want to pay by the hour. They want to pay by the job. And if you don't do the job good enough, they're going to cut half that pay. Construction isn't easy. It is not easy. And there's plenty of, I want to call slum bosses out there. Um, so, all right, let's see if anybody knows what these are. Um, Healthy. Well, I don't know. It depends on how much powdered sugar you put on it. Now, me, I would, those things would probably be filled with some jelly and um, I don't know. They look like pancakes. I'd put syrup on them. Mrs. Butterworth's. Can we say Mrs. Butterworth's? Isn't that not allowed anymore? That's the best syrup, you know. You guys remember Sambo? Um, the story of Sambo, and boy, everybody hates it. It's like what was the name of that Disney movie? Song of the South. I loved that movie as a kid, and it got me to show me that it doesn't matter what your race is. Everybody's good at heart. All right, healthy. All right, so let's see what this thing is. We got a few people that says crepes. A few crepes out there. And the answer is crepes. It sure is. All right, we're going to move on. Um, what is the name of this bird? Do you know the name of this bird? Um, you know, uh, I had to go look it up. I seen it, and it gave me a multiple choice. So I'm not giving you guys a multiple choice, but I had to go look for it, and I thought it was kind of like a penguin thing, but it's not a penguin thing. So anyway, so he wants to outsource our jobs and give them away to illegals. Iran blames the protests, inflation, and trade woes and bleak economy failure on the United States, and not only just the United States, but the Biden administration. They said they've definitely had it with this administration, and that their Marxist socialist program and their Green Deal is not working. It is crippling every country around the globe. I don't always side with Iran, but I tend to think that they're right. And now it's caused protest. And not only that, but look at the protests that they're having in Haiti right now over the same thing. Now, I know that it's a new guy that is supposed to go into place that they do not want. So now get this. As of today, we put boots on the ground in Haiti, folks. So now we are going to go gather up and fight against Haitians that are hungry and want a better life, and they're protesting they want a better life. So what do? We go send soldiers over there to scrape them all up and tell them what they're doing isn't right. We're going to go to war with Haiti. Why? Boy, I tell you, it looks like Bosnia is going to be the same way. Um, yeah, we've all had it with with this administration. Um, let's see. We got. Let's see. Okay. I got to make sure I get everybody. Where's Mr. William? He slept in, I guess, today. All right. So what is the name of this bird? I think if you got it, if you didn't know, um, beats me, says Judith. You might remember it after this. A cute little bird, though. I wouldn't mind having one if you can make him a pet. Um, is it not moving? Come on now. Here we go. The answer is a puffin. The answer is a puffin. So that's what it is, Miss Judith. It's a puffin. All right. On to the next one. Okay. What is the name of this cute little fella here? Um, come on. I know over on Facebook the kids are probably know what this is. Do you know? I thought it was a fox. That was my guess at it. Almost kind of looked like the same ears that um, puppy kitten or puppy cat had. It's almost the same type of ears. So, what is it? What is the name of the animal? So, the violent gangs in Haiti could pose similar threat to the United States, as MS-13 have now decided they might be in better rhythm in the United. And I don't know what that means. Better rhythm. But that's what they're claiming here in the United States, and they could probably get further here with protesters or gangs than they do in Haiti. Not only that, but they had left those people poor since the earthquake, that really bad earthquake that hit. And they gave all the money to um, Tony Rodham, Hillary's brother, that they gave all the money, that aid that we were supposed to give to the Haitians. We built them a couple little tiny houses that wouldn't even sleep one person. And then we gave the rest of the money in aid to, I think, the gold mine, I think is what was there, to Tony um, Rodham. And get this, he, out of the blue, died for some reason. No one really knows. They kind of buried it up in the news that about her brother dying. Uh, you know too much. It's called Arkadside. It's definitely called Arkadside. Uh, all right. Anybody know? Um, okay. A shipwreck. A shipwreck. Is that what you call it? A shipwreck? I don't know if it might have that technical name to it. I'm not sure. So tell me if I'm right or wrong on it. So here we go. Um, See, I thought it was a fox too, but it's not. You're going to be. It's a red panda. It's considered a red panda. To me, it looks more like a raccoon. All right. So, what is the name of this animal? This one looks like my dog when she's playing with me. The long little claws and the teeth, the little bit, the one tooth on the one side that's cute. This ain't cute. These things are very vicious. So, what is the name of this animal? Do you know? Um, what we're seeing now, we had over in Ukraine, just so get an idea of what's going on over in Ukraine. Um, it looks like NATO or Ukraine has hit Turkey's gas lines. And of course, they went back and did it a second time. So now Turkey is very miffed about this. And now it looks like in retaliation, what did Russia do? Supposedly on a third strike, Zelensky's office has been hit and destroyed. Um, and they say that a lot of moving pieces basically sabotage to the pipeline to Turkey. So what we're seeing is not just a second round, but now we're seeing a third round of what's going on. And not only that, this is all over the Crimea Bridge, in case you were wondering. It's not just their, uh, this is the third day in a row. And the more that keeps coming at Russia, the more they're going to go ahead and keep firing. Now, this war, now, how have learned about this, let's see, a badger, 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 and a Tasmanian devil, and a no idea. Uh-huh. Um, so what this is, folks, when 2008, these were like, if um let's say New York and well no, uh let's go with the South, they're rowdier. It would be like Arkansas and Mississippi. We had this disagreement. The people aren't really fighting. The people are going to festivals together, and it's the two governors that are fighting. That's what's going on. And NATO shouldn't really be a part of this, but they are. And so what we're seeing is now we have NATO came forward. Now, what was really odd is we had Armageddon that was mentioned. We had NATO, yeah, we're going to go get them. Then we heard NATO saying, well, wait a minute. No, maybe, we need to think on this. And they were going to back off a little bit. And then we had Zelensky, no, NATO, get in there and do a nuclear. And then we heard NATO say, um, we never threatened Russia. We're not going to bomb Russia. We're not even a part of this war. Have you guys heard that one? That's the newest one from NATO. And I about fell out of my chair laughing because we know NATO's doing this. And now they're saying, oh, not us. Biden takes off and goes to LA. Uh, so as you could see, um, they are backing away from this whole nuclear thing. I think they smelt what is it? They smelt the napalm in the morning already, and they've decided this isn't what they want. This is scary. Just like that dude that went off on AOC and said, "You don't realize we could be nuked, and maybe the next minute, the next day, the next hour, the next month. We don't know, but you're the one voting for it." Is what this gentleman said. And like I said, you can find this on YouTube. You guys just kind of look AOC at the town hall meeting, I believe. So this is really um, a massive infusion of equipment by NATO, folks. NATO's the one that's delivering it, and all the counter offenses that is going on with Ukraine. Now we found out ISIS. We're going to hire ISIS for $1,500, I think, a month for them, and Al Qaeda. And, they got all upset, the news media. Oh, look, uh, Putin went and got Chechens to fight for him. Well, we're paying for ISIS and Al Qaeda, and we shouldn't be doing this. This is coming out of our taxes, folks. Um, and, not only that, but now we're looking at quite a few of the nuclear power plants are being hit. Um, they're saying most of Ukraine don't even have power. All right, I know you guys want to find out what this is, this little critter. Um, so this is a little bit of what's going on in Ukraine. It hasn't stopped. The answer is a wolverine. The answer is a wolverine. Um, maybe because of the ears. It's mighty. Well, way to go, Whitey Johnson. You got it right. Let me see right there. We'll throw you up there. Um, it might be a wolverine. You got that right. Way to go, Whitey. I know you said honey badger first. And so anyway, and welcome to the show, Whitey, from Facebook. They can't really see you on the YouTube platform, but Whitey is in here. I think you guys seen. It's got the Facebook marking. So say hello to Whitey. Welcome to welcome to our chat room and the show. All right, so not only that, but then I think I told you guys the other day where Ukraine has made a postage stamp out of the bridge blowing up, a two explosion. Then they made this big old wall, a mural where people can go up and get their picture taken with it and do the little happy selfie. I bet they're not so happy now. Um, being bombed. War is not fun and games. Kiev seems to keep relaxing, and they're not. They just don't expect that Russia will bomb everything they think is infrastructure at this point. And of course, they went ahead and struck in Kiev, not only with the electrical infrastructure, but right there at Zelensky's office. And so, what is going to be the recourse? Well, so far, all we've seen is NATO backing up and saying, well, no, maybe not, maybe not. Maybe we should think on this. And in fact, they're even saying maybe there could be some negotiations, is what I heard today, by NATO. But we got Kirby, we got Lloyd, and this other guy from NATO that's saying, "Oh no, we're just going to go get them. We're going to go bomb them. We're going to give them more weapons." But folks, this is the thing. It has taken a month to 2 months when we send military equipment to Ukraine. Now, this is according to my reporters on the ground in Crimea. It takes about a month to get that. In 1 month, Russia might have them wiped out. The war might be ended. They are out. Their stockpiles are just about gone. And you can have all the men in the world, but if you don't have uh, a stockpile of ammunition and weapons, it's you have to wait. And not only that, me and William talked about this last night with the mud. It could be they're waiting. They're going to do this wait so that they can get the ground firmer, wait for frozen ground, and by then they might have the military might to move forward. But at this point, according to officials, and this is coming from Ukrainian news, that they are short and they are now begging for weapons and ammunition because they are very low and running out, and they don't know if they could win the war. All right, so let's go on to this next one. Oh, um, oh boy. All right, what is the name of this animal? Do you know what the name of this animal is? Um, it is part of the deer family. It's not a deer. It's part of I guess, part of the deer family. But it is, um, I can't even give you a hint. So what is this animal, folks? I seen this the other day and I was like, is that a goat? Is that a ram? Is that a, what is it? And so I went ahead and pulled this for you guys today. What is the name of this animal? Had me stumped. Now there's one that I think is called Urib. It's not one of them. Um, Very easy. If you guys know your critters that you hunt, these are hunted for their horns. I don't know about the meat. I've never ate one of these, so it's a pronghorn. No, I don't think it's a pronghorn ram or a sheep. Once you guys hear what it is, you're like, how about if I give you guys a hint? There's a song. It's mentioned in a song. Hmm. So maybe that. I don't know if that'll help you out or if it just make you think harder. So, all right. So I'm going to move on. So NATO and John Kirby and Lloyd, I think is his name, that speak for, um, and there is the other guy too that is part of the Hillary Clinton crew, that they are stepping up and they said, um, they want to send more F-35s or American B-61 nuclear bombs. But to do this, they didn't. Stoltenberg, which is the guy from NATO, Zelensky just say he wants NATO to launch a preemptive nuclear attack instead of sending them stuff. They believe this would be a lot easier. If they could just fire on Russia themselves, then NATO wouldn't have to gather the aid, the money, and everything to stop Russia. Um, and not only that, but Now, talking about Al Qaeda and ISIS fighters, they are being paid to fight inside of Ukraine, of course. Now, they are coming from Syria through Turkey and going into Ukraine. Some of them are even going through Iraq. Now, these fighters don't do well in the cold. Now, we mentioned that last night, me and William. So they are receiving 1,200 for the average soldier, and if they have special skills, which is bombs or equipment, they get 1,500. And Al Qaeda and ISIS, who are veterans of the Syrian war, um, uh, basically, I think this is, uh, I don't, what do you call, what would you call this? Horrible. I mean, they're the ones that's the cause of 9/11, and we're going to pay them. Now, if I was to do it, let's say I hired someone from ISIS, you know what they would do with me? They'd lock me up and they'd throw the book at me, probably even hit me up with um, um, prison, federal prison for a long time. We're not allowed to talk to them, but they can go and they can get ISIS and Al Qaeda to fight for Ukraine. And not only that, during what we're finding out, ISIS is boasting, hey, we're in Mexico. We're just waiting for the word to go ahead and invade the United States. Huh. All right. It looks familiar. Okay, you guys are going to go, oh, man, I should have known it. All right. So, where do the buffaloes roam? And where the deer and the antelope play? What is it? Where seldom is heard, this discouraging word. And the skies were not cloudy all day. It is an antelope. It is an antelope. Uh, Karen, you got it. Karen got the antelope. I told you there was a song after it, but if I told you the name of it, you guys would have caught it. So it is an antelope. I didn't know they looked like that. I thought they looked more like an elk. But All right. So, where is this place? Now, you can either give where the country it's at, or you can even say the city. Um, this city is very well known. It's huge on those that travel over to, I can't tell you where it's at, travel over to this country. It's one of the biggest tourist stops in the Middle East. And it's beautiful. I've never been over there, but I've seen enough pictures up close. And uh, I think when I was doing my um, uh, biblical archaeology, I got to look at some really close ups of some of the writings that's on the cave walls, but also the walls around this building. So, all right. Um, let's see. Okay. All right. Anybody? Let's see. Anybody else has got this? All right. So the answer, we're just about done here. So in the comments, I want you guys to let me know what you think of paying for ISIS. This is Petra Jordan. Petra Jordan. So if you said Jordan, but if you said Petra, I would have given you an extra point, but I didn't want to say. So, all right, on to the next one. We're just about to the end. We're just about to the end. All right. How many balls are on a pool table at the start of the game? Is it 12, 16, or 18? Do you know how many balls are on a pool table at the start of the game when they rack them up? Do you know? There's at least a multiple choice here. So, but do let me know what you think of paying ISIS and Al Qaeda. Um, uh, for them to fight for Ukraine. And then the fact that they mentioned they're in Mexico. We have, we have given them equipment. We have left the Taliban um, equipment. We've left the Taliban with their own country. We gave ISIS their own country when they swooped through Iraq. We are fighting them in Syria. And then all of a sudden we're like, okay, we're going to be buddies with you. And here you go. We're going to give you a bunch of money. And then you can come over and fight in the Ukrainian army, as well as the Azov battalion. And if you don't know about the Azov battalion, those are Nazis. Um, and they have come not only from Germany, but there is a bunch of them that have settled generationally in Ukraine. So this is where you hear Putin saying there's Nazis, and even that guy that, and I'm proud the word's getting out on this, folks. Even the guy that was talking to AOC, he even mentioned that those Ukrainian soldiers are Nazis. They're wearing swastikas on their arms, folks. Go look at their armbands or their arm patches. Those are swastikas, and they sport them very. Um, you are from El Paso, Texas, and welcome. We have another William. So you're from El Paso, Texas, and I hope it's not cold there. And here you go. Um, Autism's fine. We got all kinds. We got Ed that his well, I don't want to say much for Ed. He was hurt very badly in the war, and of course I have a friend named Mel. She's got autism, and I talk to her every Sunday. It don't matter. We're all just one big happy little chat room and family. So welcome aboard, and we're glad to have you here, William. And so anybody know? Let's see, we got 12. Let's see, we got 16, 16, 16, 18, 12. All right. So um, let's see who else had. And all right. So um, yeah, Karen, well, Linda, you didn't know that we're paying ISIS and Al Qaeda to fight in Ukrainian war? Yep, it's our tax money. We hired them. Um, Very sad. We shouldn't even be in there. This is a civil war between two sets of people that just don't get along. They went to church together. They went to Sunday school. They went to picnics. They go shopping together. And all of a sudden now we've got two leaders that just cannot get along and they want to fight and they want everybody to fight each other. Very sad. And I hope this does end soon. And I hope they listen to Putin. And if Putin offers again for negotiation, I believe Zelensky, NATO, and the United States, the UK, the French, and Europe needs to say, let's take a shot at this. All right. So here we go. We're off to the next one. Um, about the Nazis? You didn't know about did you not know the Azov Battalion? Yes, yes, the Azov. And get this, when I looked into the history of it, because I had to find out where they were from, and this was a few years ago, and I traced them back to the SS officers of Hitler. When they fled Germany, they went to Ukraine, they went to South America, they went all kinds of places. But for the most of it, a lot of those in the regular SS army went to Ukraine. Well, now they have raised their kids to be Nazis. That they're superior. It's not that they're racist. They're just, I think they're superior race. And so they do not like Russians because some Russians have color. And so they have been against the Russians for a very long time. Uh, 16? Yes, 16 is the answer. All right, so we got some new players in here for some trivia tonight and news. All right, and I believe that this might be the last one. Who is this criminal? He's kind of cleaned up, folks. Do you know who this is? I mean, if you have his real name or you have his criminal name, either one I'll accept. So who is this criminal? Very cleaned up. He looks more like his brother. If you guys know. And now if I put his picture, let's see, if I had his drawing of what he looked like, you guys would know right off. If I did his picture of when they arrested him, you guys would know right off. This one I had a hard time with. So do you know who this is? And I believe this is the last one for the night. Let's see if there's anything else I wanted to tell you guys. Turkey. North Korea has fired another missile to where now South Korea, not only South Korea, but even Japan put planes in the sky. They were very concerned about this. So North Korea is at it again, and this time it caused for um, Japan and South Korea and Taiwan. Taiwan was the other one to be so concerned that they had to put their fighters into the air. And they said this is getting closer and closer to either Japan or even Taiwan when these missiles fly over. So let's see. Is anybody? Let's see if anybody got this. Um, mm, let's see. Let's see. All right. Anybody else know? Uh, you know what, Whitey? You might have to come back and play next Friday night. You're doing really well on trivia tonight. So here we go. Heck, Whitey, you've already got 3 right for tonight. All right. And the answer is the Unabomber or Ted Kaczynski. And so, with that, it comes to the end of the night where I say, that's all, folks. That's all, folks. And of course, we um, definitely want to thank you for playing tonight. Tell your friends and family this is fun. What a better way to sit and talk about the news and have a discussion and ask questions and also play something fun to get your mind off the uh, horrible information about how close to war we could be. But as I see it, NATO and the United States and the UK, they're all backing off. So who won tonight? Um, we have got Karen with 13. We had Susan with 11. We had DB with 12. Linda G had 8. Judith had 4. I think Linda, Illinois had 1, and um, Whitey had 3. So, and we thank you for coming in and joining us tonight, Whitey. Tell your friends and family about us and hit the bell, hit subscribe, hit the like button, and over there in Facebook, if you want to be able to know when we're on, hit the follow and the like. Uh, and we will. Once you join us over there on Facebook, you'll see when we come online. Also, see we do videos. We do. Uh, I sometimes even post news articles, and of course, all the shows are on there, so you can go back and watch all the shows. So, with that, you started late. See, I told you might have won. Might have won. And that guy from El Paso, you need to get in earlier and jump in and play a little bit. So, but please share, like, and hit the bell. And we will see everyone. We're not on over the weekends any longer. You'll see us on Monday afternoon, and it'll be Monday. We will have the lifestyle news, and also after that, it will be news with corruption files. So, of some form of government corruption that I can find for you guys to know about. So, with that, you guys have a wonderful Friday night. And if you're interested in the Similac, please send me an email and I will send you the link. So, with that, folks, we will see you all Monday. Have a wonderful weekend and God bless. Bye bye.